In the previous video, we observed Monaco's elite elegance from a distance. Tonight, we move closer to understand how power is expressed without words. In Monaco, supercars are not trophies. They are tools. Imagine Monaco's billionaire women arriving this way. Or that effortless, composed, unquestioned. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is explained. If you understand this language of power, comment yes. And subscribe if you're ready to step closer into a world most people are never meant to touch. The first thing Monaco's billionaire women introduce is never themselves. It's the car. Before a word is spoken, before a name is known, the supercar has already delivered the message. Not about wealth, but about position. In Monaco, people don't ask who you are. They observe how you arrive. A certain model, a specific color. Even the way the door opens tells insiders everything they need to know. This isn't chance. It's design. For these women, a supercar functions like a silent introduction, precise, controlled, impossible to ignore. It removes the need for explanations. There's no handshake, no small talk, no announcement. The signal has already been sent. And those who understand it adjust their behavior instantly without being told to. To outsiders, it looks effortless, almost casual. But within Monaco's elite circles, nothing about this moment is accidental. Every detail is calculated to establish distance, authority, and respect without creating noise. And yet, this is only the surface. Because once the message is delivered, another question quietly forms in the background. What exactly are these cars saying, and to whom? In Monaco, choosing the wrong supercar speaks louder than choosing the right one. For billionaire women, power is not shown by owning the most expensive vehicle, but by selecting the one that fits the moment, the location, and the audience. A Lamborghini can command attention in one setting, yet feel out of place in another. A Rolls-Royce may signal authority at sunset, but restraint during the day. Every choice is deliberate. Every mistake is noticed. This is why these women rarely follow trends. Trends attract attention. Authority avoids it. Instead, they choose cars that align with their position, vehicles that blend dominance with restraint. Insiders recognize this immediately. Outsiders rarely do. What appears effortless is actually strategic. The car becomes a form of social calibration, adjusting how others approach, observe, or step back. Conversations change. Access shifts. Expectations reset, all without a single word exchanged. And here's the part most people never consider. Sometimes the most powerful signal isn't the car chosen, but the car deliberately not chosen. So why would someone with unlimited access choose restraint over spectacle? And what does that decision quietly control next? In Monaco, color is never decoration, it's declaration. For billionaire women, the shade of a supercar speaks long before the engine does. Gold is not chosen to impress, it's chosen to be recognized by those who already belong. White doesn't suggest innocence, it signals precision and control. Black isn't about mystery, it establishes distance. These choices are intentional, measured, and deeply understood within elite circles. To the untrained eye, it looks like personal taste. But in reality, color functions as a code, a way to state presence without disruption. The wrong color can invite the wrong attention. The right one quietly sets boundaries. And once those boundaries are established, behavior around them changes instantly. This is why Monaco's most powerful women rarely experiment in public. They don't test reactions. They already know the outcome. Their vehicles blend seamlessly into the environment they command, never competing for attention, only confirming position. Yet here's where it becomes even more intriguing. Because while most people assume color is chosen for visibility, sometimes it's chosen to make certain people invisible. So, who exactly disappears when the right color arrives, and why does that matter more than being seen at all? True power begins long before the engine turns on. For Monaco's billionaire women, a supercar is not just a means of movement, it is a device for controlling space. The moment the door closes, the world outside adjusts. Distances are set. Access is defined. Time bends slightly in their favor. They arrive when they choose, leave when they decide, and never wait to be directed. This control changes everything. There is no hesitation, no dependency, no need to negotiate presence. The car creates a private sphere within a public space, allowing them to observe without being approached, to move without interruption. Others instinctively step back, sensing an invisible boundary they cannot cross. To observers, it may look like confidence. To insiders, it's something else entirely: autonomy. The supercar removes uncertainty. It ensures that every interaction happens on their terms, not someone else's schedule. And yet, the most fascinating part isn't the control itself. It's how seamlessly this power operates so quietly that many never realize it's happening at all. Which raises a deeper question. If control is established without effort, who is actually being managed, and how early does that process begin? Not everyone is meant to get close, and in Monaco, supercars make that decision instantly. For billionaire women, a supercar quietly determines who belongs nearby and who does not. It shapes proximity before a conversation can even begin. Some people slow their steps, others stop entirely. A few are allowed closer, not because they asked, but because the signal permitted it. This is not arrogance, it's efficiency. The car creates a visible line without confrontation. There is no rejection, no explanation, no awkward exchange. Access is either granted or removed long before words are necessary. Those who understand this system adjust naturally. Those who don't remain on the outside, often without realizing why. What makes this powerful is its subtlety. No rules are announced, no barriers are built. Yet the hierarchy holds perfectly. The supercar becomes a moving boundary, protecting privacy, while reinforcing status, all in plain sight. And the most effective part, no one feels excluded by force. They exclude themselves. Which leads to a revealing question. If access is filtered this early and this quietly, what happens when someone is intentionally allowed closer? And what does that permission truly mean? In Monaco, change is noticed faster than excess. For billionaire women, keeping the same supercar over time is never about habit. It's strategy. Consistency signals that nothing needs to be proven or reintroduced. The car becomes familiar, and in elite circles, familiarity means permanence. When something remains unchanged, it reflects confidence in one's position. Frequent changes invite curiosity. Stability closes questions. By staying consistent, these women allow their presence to blend into the environment. The supercar becomes part of the landscape, quietly reinforcing status without explanation. People recognize it instantly. Expectations are already set before it arrives. Authority doesn't need refreshing. This long-term approach creates something stronger than attention: predictability. And predictability builds trust, boundaries, and respect at once. It tells others this position is not temporary or reactive. But beneath this calm exterior lies a deliberate choice. Because when a billionaire woman finally changes her car, it's never accidental, and it always means something is about to shift. The most powerful signal in Monaco is never repeated. Once the car is chosen, the color set and the pattern established, Billionaire women rarely add anything more. They don't reinforce their presence. They don't remind others who they are. Silence does that work for them. At this level, repetition weakens authority. Power is strongest when it feels permanent, when it no longer needs motion to be noticed. The supercar remains, behavior stays consistent, and the environment adjusts around them. People remember without being reminded. Boundaries hold without being defended. This is where luxury becomes dominance. Not by overwhelming attention, but by becoming expected, normalized, untouchable. The supercar stops signaling and becomes a fixed point in Monaco's elite rhythm. And once something reaches that stage, it stops asking for attention, which creates the final tension. If silence speaks this loudly, what happens when it's deliberately broken? Because in Monaco, change is never random. In Monaco, luxury is never just about what you own, it's about what you communicate without words. Through supercars, billionaire women signal authority, distance, and permanence, quietly shaping the world around them. What appears effortless is carefully designed. What feels calm is deeply controlled. And what seems ordinary to outsiders carries meaning only a few truly understand. This isn't a story about cars. It's a story about power expressed through restraint and silence. So ask yourself, if true authority doesn't seek attention, how would you recognize it when it passes right in front of you? If this perspective resonated, leave a comment and subscribe to The Silent Lion. Thank you for watching. The sun rises over the glittering Mediterranean, casting golden light on Monaco's pristine marinas, where superyachts sway gently against the quay. The city awakens, but not for everyone. Here, the day belongs to women who define luxury in ways most of us only dream of. From sleek Ferraris parked along the cobblestone streets to penthouses overlooking the sparkling coastline, every moment is a statement of power, elegance, and the ultimate Monaco lifestyle. Today, we step behind the velvet ropes to glimpse their world, the morning rituals, the private meetings, the indulgent escapes on yachts that seem to float between heaven and sea. But what happens when the city's glittering surface meets the hidden choices and ambitions of these billionaires? Hit like and subscribe to The Silent Lion to follow this journey into a life few will ever know. And stay tuned, because the first secret we reveal will leave you speechless. The first rays of the sun cut through the glass walls of sprawling penthouses, illuminating interiors where marble floors meet bespoke furnishings. In Monaco, mornings are never ordinary. The city's billionaire women rise not just to start a day, but to orchestrate it with precision and elegance. Soft music drifts through high ceilings as they glide from bedroom to private gym, where personal trainers guide routines designed for strength, poise, and vitality. Breakfast is an art form. Freshly pressed juices, exotic fruits, and delicate pastries prepared by chefs who understand that even a morning meal must reflect refinement. Balconies open to panoramic views of the coastline, where the gentle lapping of waves contrasts with the high-octane energy of the city below. Every detail, from the choice of attire to the timing of each movement, is a carefully curated expression of status and taste. Yet behind the calm elegance of these sunlit mornings lies a world of relentless ambition and decision-making that few ever witness. And as the first appointments of the day beckon, one question lingers: how do these women balance the dazzling beauty of their surroundings with the unseen pressures of their extraordinary lives? The roar of engines echoes through Monaco's sun-drenched streets, signaling the start of a day defined by speed, precision, and undeniable style. For the city's billionaire women, cars are more than transportation. They are extensions of identity. Sleek Ferraris, polished Lamborghinis, and classic Rolls-Royces line private driveways, each vehicle meticulously maintained and ready to glide through the winding roads of the Principality. Sliding behind the wheel, they navigate streets where luxury boutiques and glimmering yachts compete for attention, their presence turning heads at every corner. The city unfolds like a cinematic set, blending the timeless elegance of Mediterranean architecture with the modern thrill of performance machines. Every turn, every rev, carries a subtle declaration of taste, power, and the Monaco lifestyle that few will ever experience firsthand. Even as the sun climbs higher, casting sparkling reflections off the polished hoods of these automotive masterpieces, a tension hums beneath the surface, the challenge of commanding freedom while remaining ever visible in a world where every move is watched, every arrival noted. And as the engines quiet momentarily at the next stop, a question hangs in the air: which road will lead to the next indulgence, and which to an unexpected revelation? The gentle sway of a super yacht against the turquoise waters marks the next chapter of a day steeped in luxury. For Monaco's billionaire women, the sea is both playground and sanctuary, a place where freedom meets exclusivity. Sunlight glimmers on polished decks as crystal glasses catch the morning light, while the soft hum of waves creates a rhythm that feels almost orchestrated for indulgence. On board, every detail is curated for comfort and elegance. Chefs prepare delicate seafood dishes, and fresh fruits served with a view of the endless horizon. Loungers lined with plush cushions invite moments of quiet reflection or sun-soaked conversation, while crew members anticipate every need with discreet efficiency. The yacht itself is a floating palace, equipped with amenities that blur the line between leisure and spectacle. Yet beneath the serene beauty of this floating world lies a subtle tension, balancing solitude with visibility, relaxation with the demands of influence. As the yacht glides closer to a hidden cove, a hint of mystery emerges, suggesting that even in paradise, unexpected encounters and decisions await just beyond the horizon. The afternoon sun casts long shadows across Monaco's gleaming boulevards, where power moves quietly behind closed doors. For the city's billionaire women, the day is not just about appearances. It is a carefully orchestrated dance of influence, strategy, and social presence. Meetings in private boardrooms, charity galas in opulent ballrooms, and exclusive art exhibitions all demand a balance of elegance and authority. Every handshake, every conversation is layered with intention. Attire is immaculate, projecting confidence without effort, while subtle gestures communicate status to a world constantly observing. From negotiating business ventures to lending support to high-profile causes, these women navigate spaces where the stakes are as elevated as the views from their penthouses. Yet, as evening invitations begin to pour in and the city prepares for another glittering night, a tension simmers beneath the surface. Between the dazzling lights, the carefully curated smiles, and the aura of control, there lies a question few outsiders ever glimpse. How do these women reconcile ambition, expectation, and the fleeting moments of personal freedom that shimmer just out of reach? The soft chime of boutique doors opens a world where elegance meets artistry. In Monaco, fashion is more than clothing. It is an unspoken language of status, taste, and identity. For the city's billionaire women, every ensemble is carefully curated, blending timeless classics with exclusive limited edition pieces that cannot be found anywhere else. Mannequins draped in haute couture line the walkways of private showrooms, while velvet-lined cases display jewelry that sparkles as brilliantly as the Mediterranean Sunday. Stylists and advisors move discreetly, suggesting combinations that transform outfits into statements of power. From silk scarves that catch the breeze to heels that echo softly on marble floors, every accessory tells a story of refinement and personal expression. Yet, behind the glimmering boutiques and Fashion Week, premieres a subtle tension persists. Choices are not merely about style, they signal ambition, influence, and the ability to navigate a world where appearances and perception shape opportunity. As the final fittings of the afternoon draw to a close, a lingering thought emerges: which piece will define the next public moment, and what unseen decisions lie woven into its threads? The aroma of fresh herbs and delicate spices drifts through the air, signaling a pause in the whirlwind of Monaco's glittering day. For the city's billionaire women, dining is not merely sustenance, it is an experience, a carefully crafted ritual that mirrors the refinement of their lifestyle. Tables are set with fine china and crystal, each detail reflecting a balance of artistry and opulence. Meals are prepared by private chefs who transform the finest ingredients into culinary masterpieces, from rare seafood flown in from distant oceans to intricately plated desserts that resemble works of art. Every flavor, every texture is designed to delight the senses while reflecting a personal story of taste, preference, and elegance. Private terraces overlooking the harbor offer a backdrop where the sun casts golden reflections on the sparkling waters, making every bite feel suspended in a moment of cinematic beauty. Yet, even amidst this feast of indulgence, there is an underlying rhythm of strategy and anticipation. Each meal is more than pleasure, it is a subtle interplay of connections, choices, and opportunities. As the last sip of vintage wine lingers on the tongue, one question emerges quietly, almost imperceptibly: which decision made over this table could shape the course of the next extraordinary day? As twilight descends over Monaco, the city transforms into a stage where lights glimmer like stars fallen to earth. Nightfall signals the beginning of an entirely different rhythm, a world of elegance, celebration, and curated indulgence. For the Principality's billionaire women, evenings are a seamless blend of social grandeur and private enjoyment where every moment is meticulously orchestrated. Rooftop lounges overlook the glittering harbor, music swells softly, and the clink of crystal accompanies conversations that range from the intimate to the influential. Exclusive gatherings on luxury yachts or in hidden garden terraces become arenas where connections are forged, alliances hinted at, and friendships deepened. Fashion sparkles under soft lights, movements are fluid, and laughter resonates with the confidence of those accustomed to shaping their own narratives. Yet even amid the dazzle and allure, a subtle tension lingers, a delicate balance between visibility and privacy, between being seen and remaining untouchable. As the night stretches on and the city hums below, one lingering question arises: which encounter tonight will ripple into tomorrow, and which secret will remain hidden behind the glittering facade? As the lights of Monaco begin to dim and the city settles into the quiet hum of night, one thing becomes clear: the lives of these billionaire women are a symphony of elegance, power, and ambition. From sunlit mornings in luxurious penthouses to high-octane drives, serene yacht escapes, curated fashion, and evenings filled with influence and indulgence, every moment reflects the essence of the Monaco lifestyle. But what truly drives these extraordinary women beyond the glamour, the hidden choices, the ambitions, and the private stories that remain just out of view? Could one decision today shape the course of tomorrow in ways we can only imagine? If this glimpse into Monaco's glittering world captivated you, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to The Silent Lion for more stories that reveal the lives few ever see. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep dreaming boldly.
Who's ready to walk? Who's ready to walk the
Have you ever wondered what it truly feels like to step into a world where supercars glide past marble casinos and every sunset looks like a scene from a luxury film? Welcome to Monaco, a place where elegance isn't an occasion but a daily rhythm. From the roar of engines in Casino Square to seaside dinners overlooking super yachts, Monte Carlo is a living showcase of wealth, beauty, and effortless prestige. Everywhere you look, there's a glimpse of a lifestyle most people only see in magazines. But here's the twist: behind the iconic glamour lies a side of Monaco that few ever talk about, a side that makes this tiny principality even more fascinating. If you enjoy exploring this kind of high-end world, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more luxury journeys coming your way. what makes Monte Carlo feel different the moment you step into it. It's more than the postcard views or the polished streets. It's the unmistakable atmosphere of refinement that surrounds you from the very first breath. Monte Carlo isn't just a district. It's the beating heart of Monaco's luxury identity, a place where elegance and ambition seem to float in the air like perfume. Here, grand architecture meets the deep blue Mediterranean, forming a backdrop that feels almost unreal. Every balcony, every terrace, every corner seems designed to frame the perfect moment. You see people from every corner of the world walking with confidence, dressed with effortless sophistication, as if the entire city were a runway. And it kind of is. The cafes buzz with quiet conversations about business, art, travel, and ideas. The energy is calm but powerful, like everyone knows they're exactly where they're meant to be. Monte Carlo isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It captivates through presence, not noise. But beyond the iconic buildings and the serene luxury, Monte Carlo hides a pulse that only reveals itself when you look closely, and that secret adds a whole new layer to the Monaco experience. What if the everyday background noise of a city wasn't traffic, but the deep resonant hum of supercars rolling past like moving pieces of art? In Monte Carlo, that's exactly what you experience. The streets feel like an open-air showroom where precision, engineering, and bold design take center stage. From early morning until late evening, the boulevard becomes a parade of machines that turn heads with every shift of the gears. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Rolls-Royce, names that spark excitement even before you see the cars in motion. But seeing them glide against the backdrop of Monaco's cliffs and glass towers creates a feeling that's almost cinematic. It's not about showing off, it's about celebrating craftsmanship and the culture of performance. You can sense the passion, the pride, and the thrill behind every engine note. Even if you're not a car enthusiast, there's an undeniable energy that pulls you in. Yet beneath all the sparkle and horsepower, there's a unique ritual, something that locals and regular visitors know well. A moment when the entire supercar scene comes together in a way that feels almost choreographed, and discovering that moment reveals a deeper layer of Monaco's vibrant rhythm. What if every yacht you see carried a story of ambition, creativity, and journeys across the world? At Port Hercule, that idea doesn't feel imaginary, it feels real. This harbor is more than a place to dock. It's a living gallery of engineering masterpieces floating gently on crystal-clear waters. As you walk along the pier, the view feels almost unreal. Sunlight reflects off polished decks, and the scent of the ocean drifts through the air. Each yacht has its own character, sleek silhouettes, built for speed grand vessels, designed for comfort, and towering super yachts that look like private floating resorts. You can sense the attention to detail, from the flawless finishes to the elegant lighting that makes the harbor glow after sunset. People gather here to enjoy the calm atmosphere, sharing moments over quiet conversations, espresso, or simply the view itself. It's peaceful yet undeniably powerful, a reminder of how far vision and determination can take someone. But beyond the glamour and stillness lies something more intimate, a unique lifestyle that emerges only when day turns to night. And when that transition happens, Port Hercule reveals a side of Monaco that many visitors overlook, a side we're about to explore next. What happens to Monaco when the sun finally sinks behind the hills? The answer might surprise you, because the city doesn't simply come alive, it transforms. As night falls, Monaco shifts from a serene coastal paradise into a glowing world of music, style, and refined celebration. Soft golden lights illuminate the streets, while Monte Carlo's iconic venues open their doors to guests from every corner of the world. Rooftop lounges with panoramic sea views, stylish bars with warm ambience, and world-class clubs known for their sophisticated atmosphere all blend into a nightlife scene unlike anywhere else. The energy isn't rushed or chaotic, it's smooth, curated, and effortlessly glamorous. People gather not just to dance or socialize, but to experience a feeling. Conversations flow, music blends with the night air, and the entire city takes on a cinematic tone. Everything feels intentional, from the lighting to the sound to the way guests carry themselves. Yet beyond the well-known hotspots and luxurious venues, there's a hidden layer of Monaco's night scene, a more exclusive rhythm that only a few truly notice, one that reveals something deeper about the culture of refinement here. And that's what we're uncovering next. Have you ever walked into a place that instantly feels larger than life, where history, architecture, and elegance blend into one unforgettable experience? That's the feeling the Casino de Monte Carlo gives you from the very first step. More than a landmark, it's a symbol of Monaco's sophisticated identity and its timeless connection to luxury. The moment you approach the entrance, the building itself makes a statement. Its golden detailing, grand pillars, and classic Belle Epoque design create an atmosphere that feels both cinematic and deeply refined. Inside, soft lighting, ornate ceilings, and beautifully crafted interiors tell stories of decades of culture and artistry. Even if you're not here to play, just observing the environment is an experience on its own. Guests move with quiet confidence, enjoying the ambiance as if they're part of a living masterpiece. Everything feels polished, yet inviting, never rushed, never overwhelming. It's a place where elegance speaks louder than anything else. But behind the grandeur of the casino lies a tradition that only regulars truly understand, a subtle ritual that reveals something profound about Monte Carlo's unique mindset. And once you discover it, you'll see this iconic place in a completely new light. What if a city could teach you how to elevate your style, not through rules but through presence? In Monaco, fashion feels less like clothing and more like a language. The moment you step onto the streets of Monte Carlo, you notice it immediately. People don't dress to impress, they dress to express refinement. The style here is timeless. Think tailored silhouettes, soft, neutral tones, and accessories chosen with intention rather than excess. It's effortless, polished, and quietly confident. Even casual outfits carry a sense of precision: light linen shirts, elegant dresses, and understated luxury pieces that say more through simplicity than through sparkle. Boutiques line the streets like galleries, showcasing global designer houses alongside niche high-end labels. Window displays blend craftsmanship with creativity, inviting you into a world where fashion isn't about standing out. It's about fitting seamlessly into an environment built on beauty and harmony. As you observe the way people move through the city, you realize that fashion here goes beyond appearance. It's part of the lifestyle, the culture, and the identity of Monaco itself. But there's a deeper meaning behind this refined aesthetic, one that reveals why Monaco's fashion scene feels so distinct, so intentional, and that truth becomes clearer as we move to the next chapter. What if there was a place where ambition felt natural, where success didn't seem distant, but almost within reach? Monaco creates exactly that feeling. Beyond its beauty, beyond its luxury, this principality symbolizes possibility. It's a destination that inspires people not just to admire, but to dream bigger. Here, everything feels intentional: the architecture, the lifestyle, the mindset. It's a blend of calm confidence and quiet determination, a reminder that progress and elegance can coexist. Walking through Monte Carlo, you sense that people aren't chasing status, they're pursuing their own version of excellence. And that's why Monaco fascinates so many. It doesn't just represent wealth, it represents a vision of what life can look like when discipline, creativity, and opportunity meet. But there's one final piece that completes the Monaco lifestyle, a truth that ties everything together and reveals why this tiny principality leaves such a lasting impression. And that brings us to the end of our journey through Monaco's extraordinary lifestyle, from the elegance of Monte Carlo to the energy of its nightlife, the beauty of Port Hercule, and the refined culture that shapes every moment here. Monaco isn't just a destination, it's a feeling, a mindset, and a reminder of how inspiring life can be when passion meets possibility. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which part of Monaco's luxury world captured your imagination the most? Was it the supercars, the fashion, the night scene, or the breathtaking harbor? If you enjoyed exploring Monaco with me, feel free to like the video, leave a comment sharing your favorite moment, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue discovering more incredible places together. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode. Welcome to Monaco, where the sunlit coastline, the iconic marina, and the world's most elegant supercars come together in one breathtaking scene. Today, you're about to step into a world where luxury feels effortless, confidence becomes a signature, and every arrival tells its own story. As the streets around Casino Square come alive, the most captivating moments belong to the ladies who redefine style, with every step out of their gleaming machines. If you enjoy exploring the finest parts of global luxury culture, make sure to stay with me, subscribe, and keep your eyes on the screen, because what you're about to witness reveals a side of Monaco most people never get to see. And just when you think you've seen the most stunning supercar arrival of the day, something even more extraordinary is about to roll into view. Let's begin. There's a moment in Monaco when the entire atmosphere shifts, when the soft hum of the city transforms into a symphony of engines approaching Casino Square. This iconic plaza is more than a destination. It's a stage where elegance and engineering meet in perfect harmony. As the afternoon sun reflects off polished bodywork, the arrival of each supercar turns heads and draws subtle admiration from everyone nearby. What makes these scenes truly captivating is the presence of the ladies stepping out with effort